your life. So those are some principles for that. Now I want to talk about some spring trends and styles that will be coming out in spring 2014. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm a person, of course, I love clothes. That's one of the best pieces of what I get to do. I got to put imagery along with fashion styling and stand out and be able to help women. But more importantly, I love seeing the colors and the things that's coming out beforehand. So right now, I can tell you, skirts are the new bottoms. If you didn't know it, you're hearing it firsthand. Skirts are definitely the new bottoms for spring 2014. And not just in addition to that, it's the pleated skirts. Pleated skirts are what's hot this time. And in addition to that, they are coming in different sizes, lengths, longs, overflowing. They're giving you a nice ripple effect. And in addition to that, they are coming in various colors this spring. I know a lot of times when we think of spring, we think about pastels, we think about yellows. There's some new color trends that are coming in as well that I'll talk about here in a moment. But black, blue, gray, white are all year long. Some people try to tell you, well, black is for fall. If you are a business professional woman, a lot of times you are wearing a business suit and black is all year. Now what you can do to offset that trend is literally put some colors that I'll give you that's going to be hot for spring 2014, mix it up in there so that you can give it a little bit of spice and flavor, right? To add it to what it is that you want to be able to do. But definitely hot for spring 2014 are skirts. In addition to that, graphic blocking. I just seen a couple people in here with scarf and a coat on with the graphic blocking. That is literally what is going to be hot. It followed from fall, it's coming right back into spring. And literally, it's not just going to be black and white, it's going to be colors. In addition to that, it's not just your attire, it's going to be your jackets, and it's also going to be on your accessories. So it'll be something that you'll just be seeing more and more of as the spring hits. One of the colors for spring, my favorite, apricots and peaches. They are back in full swing. In addition to that are greens, and it's not just the mint greens anymore. We are swinging to hardcore, solid, almost greenish, kind of bluish tone greens, almost dark greens. And a lot of that you'll be able to pair with, apricots or peaches as well, and or your suits, some of the basic colors that we've talked about already, the white, the blue, the brown, etc. You'll be able to switch it in there, but these are some hot colors that are coming out for the spring. Last part of this actually is the pink, but more of a rose color. That's what's going to be hot for spring this year. It's more of a spicy kind of pink a little bit, and definitely violets. In all colors, dark and light. It is going to be a huge spectrum, and you'll see more and more as people start getting ready to change from fall into spring and putting those spring clothes out, even though some of them are. You'll see more and more of the purples coming out in violets, okay? So now that we've got through all that, I just want to show you what I think is some added incentives that every diva, who said they were a diva here, should have in their bag, okay? Some of it is just common sense. Some of it is things that maybe you haven't thought about, but most of it, I can tell you can get from Walmart, the dollar store. It's nothing expensive, it's nothing extravagant, okay? And these are just tools that I give all the women that I work with just to make sure we talked about having a polished look. Remember the difference between that one diamond that stood out and the rest of them, okay? So it's about not being perfect, but definitely about being polished. First thing, lint roller. Cannot go wrong. Anywhere you're about to step out into somewhere and get ready, I don't care if it's an interview or like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, you got that big opportunity, that one moment to make an impression, you want to have this in your purse. Anybody got one? Shoe polish. Awesome. Shoe polish. You can get them smaller than this. Of course, it doesn't have to be this big. But what I try to promote with this is, especially with the winter and the seasons change, once it starts raining, you go in there, you get these shoes, you got them hot, you go inside, you step in mud, you step in everything else, now they're dirty and the leather doesn't look the same. Best way to polish it up. Take some shoe polish, just wipe it down and make sure that you're good to go. And step out and look a little bit more polished, okay? That's one more thing. Okay, best thing they ever invented. Oh, thank you. The Tide wipe. You got a stain on your shirt or got something caught in your shirt or anything that you wiped on there, get this, it's the best thing that they invented. In addition to that, they also have these wipes. If you don't do the stick, they actually have the wipes. And the wipes, all you have to do is fold this piece right here. The ingredients is already inside, and just wipe it onto the shirt, and it immediately comes out. These are great to have, especially if you're normally wearing white or some of the pastel colors that I pointed to. You get a stain on it, get it right out. It's all about being polished. Eyeglass cuttings. Eyeglass wiper. And even if you do not wear eyeglasses, if you are wearing sunglasses as the spring is coming around and you want to be hot and make sure that you keep that look going on, make sure you keep your glasses clean. Keep them polished. It's an added tool. These are $1. Okay? Easy and accessible to use. Always need a perfume. If you go somewhere and you get your perfume, ask them for a tester bottle. They will give it to you. And there is nothing wrong with having that just to make sure, right before you go in or right before you go into church, just making sure that you got that freshness to you, that you keep that going. It's all about a polished look. Okay. Of course. Particularly for me, because I have braces, I have to watch everything I eat and who I talk to afterwards, okay? So just making sure that you keep your teeth and your breath together, making sure that you always have this accessible and just ready to go. Dollar store, easily ready to get, and easy to use, right? Simple. Something I tell all my ladies, one of the most important things, of course, is your shoes. Everywhere you go, people can tell, that's why I started with the shoe polish, people can tell who and what you're about based on your shoes, believe it or not. They can tell where you've been and where you are going. The other piece of that is your hands. Remember I talked about the nail thing, and it wasn't her nails were extravagant long or had whole, it had nothing to do with that. You know why she did not get hired? Because her nails were dirty. So I tell women, make sure, always got a fouler, accessible, ready to go. Keep your hands together. You can already tell I use this too much. This actually is cuticle wiper, and it literally just gives your cuticles and your nails just a clean look. It's easy to get and accessible to use, and they're small enough to be able to put into your purse. Visine. How many times we woke up and we're just tired, and we still don't have that extra glow? Just drop some in and let it go. Make sure that you keep it polished. It's all about a polished look. Other things. The last two things. I always tell women, of course I don't keep them like this. I keep them individually. But we can always use safety pins. You never know. Those shirts, some of the things that I did show that are coming with the spring 2014 fashion, include those shirts that go into the V-neck, which are already following in the fall. Sometimes that's a different look from when you're going out with your husband versus when you're during the day, right? So you want to make sure that you have that always accessible. And then in addition to that, a safety pin is just always needed. How many times have you just been at, I wish somebody just had a safety pin, okay? So just making sure that you keep that. So those are just some tools for you to have to make sure that you keep a polished look. So one, we've learned why a polished look is important, because image is communicating. And your image is communicating visually most importantly. 55%. Remember the 2-second rule. 2 seconds. Nobody is taking the time to get to know you and hear the story. They've already made a judgment about you. 2 seconds. So now we know that. Now we understand some of the principles that go along with making image mastery success. Going all the way down from being authentic, the vision goal, the confidence, the secure courage, etc., making sure that you got all the way down to the strategy and the consistency. And now I gave you some tips to make sure that you got a polished look in your diva bag. I appreciate your time. Thank you.